Okay, so after the students have finished their writing task, I would get them to, give some examples, okay? So I'd say, oh, okay, so well done, students, excellent work. All right, can somebody, give me an example that shows wealth besides the one we discussed, the servants? Can anyone show me another example from the extract? And then they give their answer and go, oh, excellent, well done. Okay, what about one of the items that is an hors d'oeuvre? And then they'd say like the golden turkey or whatever. Excellent, well done. All right, can somebody show me another example of luxury and whatever? Okay, well done, guys. Excellent, well done. All right, what about one of the instruments in the orchestra? Did anybody find out what that was? Okay, and then, oh, teacher, it was the oboe. Okay, excellent. Well done, guys. Fantastic. All right, so moving on to slide 16. Okay, what can we see so far on slide 16? Oh, it's Green Gatsby looking over the lake with his green light. Okay, so this is going to be like a lot of meat of the lesson today, kids. All right, we are going to have a big symbol discussion about this green light because it's very important in representing the themes and the ideas in The Great Gatsby. Okay, so on slide 17, we have this first question. Okay, what does the space and the east and west direction represent? Okay, so I would get this would be like a big class discussion. I would get the kids flying ideas back and forth, and I would respond appropriately. But like the main idea of the east and west is like it's showing the physical divide between uh Gatsby and Daisy. So it's like it's the physical divide of their wealth of like where they are. So so to like get things going, I would be like, "Oh, does anybody have any ideas on what East and West represents?" The kids would be like, "Don't know, unsure." I'd say, "Okay, so what side of the lake is Gatsby on? What side is he looking out to?" And oh, he's on the west side. Okay, and then what about so if he's on the west side, what about Daisy? Where is she? Oh, she's on the east side. Okay, so what does the east and west represent? Which side of, America is east and which is the west? Oh, east is like the old side, like the old money, like kind of New York, and the further out west is like the new pioneers and like out going to California and stuff. Okay, okay. So again, what further does that mean? Oh, it shows that there is like a divide like ideologically between them. Like Gatsby is new money. So even though, he is wealthy, he has that wealth and that luxury, he's not part of the old, ruling class. Okay, excellent, well done. Okay, and then we move on to question number two. Can Gatsby achieve his dream? His dream being to, can he achieve his American dream? And so again, I get the kids to throw a few ideas about, yes, because he has all this money, he has achieved like a level of wealth and success, but then also no. Oh, why no? Oh, because he's still not accepted by like Daisy's family and that kind of elite class in America. Okay, excellent, well done, good discussion, kids. Okay, and then slide 18. We have another three questions on slide 18. So the first question is it realistic or is it an illusion? Is Gatsby's idea realistic or is he just like a little bit crazy? Is it something that's never going to happen? Okay. Again, I get the kids to bounce some ideas back and forth. Uh but the light reflects his hope, but ultimately it is an illusion. Like he will never kind of possess what he fully wants. So that's kind of questions one and two there. Is it realistic or is it illusion? And how does the green light reflect Gatsby's illusion versus reality? It is like an illusion because you can't get it. But then we'll move on to the last question at the end is the American dream flawed or is it Gatsby that's flawed? And obviously this is the whole point of the novel. There's no real right or wrong answer. But again, I'd get the kids to go back and forth So is the American dream flawed? Yes, maybe the dream is flawed. Oh, why is it flawed? Oh, because Gatsby's worked really hard, and on paper he does have this American dream, like he has achieved the American dream, but uh, but he's still not accepted by that old money class. But then also, is Gatsby flawed? Oh well, maybe because he clearly isn't treating his money in a right way. He's reckless with it, and he throws it away, and he still has tendencies, like he has like rougher tendencies. So maybe if Gatsby kind of changed his behavior, then he would fit in. Okay, very nice. Okay, so our big writing task on slide 20 is I want you guys to tell me, I want you to write, how does Fitzgerald present illusion? Okay, so we're gonna write a paragraph. We're gonna write a peel paragraph, which is I need your point, I need your evidence from the text. I need you to explain it, give like a because, why, whatever, and then I need you to link it to the context. Okay, so stuff we've done before, but we need to, do it again. So on slide 21, going into a bit more detail, I want you guys to write one paragraph, which is about 4 to 5 sentences. I want you to use the sentence starters we learned earlier. This suggests, this shows, this implies. I want you to include at least one quote from pages 39 to 41 to back up your point. And then I want you to include at least one pieces of the new vocabulary that we learned today, which was ravages, servant, orchestra, and the rest. And then I also need you to link it back to the American dream. So Fitzgerald presents, the American dream as a bit of an illusion, something that we can't attain. Okay, so in your paragraph, I want you to link it back to that as well. Again, for this, you've got a bit longer, maybe sort of 10-ish minutes to write this paragraph. You don't need to work in silence. You can discuss ideas with each other. Don't just copy. And again, if you need any help, hand up, teacher. I'll come round and I'll help you. Okay? And then after they've finished writing that task, I'd probably get a couple students to, read some of their paragraphs, maybe like one or two, and I'd get the class to discuss, I'd get the students to like read one paragraph, and then I'd probably get a kid that disagrees or have another opinion to read another paragraph. So there's like different ideas going around the class, and then I'd maybe get them to kind of take notes on what the other students are saying, or update some of their answers. And then lastly, for this final task, just something short to end the lesson. Is Gatsby's dream real or is it an illusion? And I just want you guys to, explain why. So we've discussed this already, but I want you to just make sure you've got this down in your notes. So is it real or an illusion? There's no right or wrong answer. There's arguments for both. Okay, so on one hand it's real because Gatsby has, achieved like a level of wealth and success. But on the other hand, it's an illusion because he's still not accepted by that old money class. Okay, so thank you very much today, everybody. If there's anything you don't understand, please feel free to, come and ask me. But thank you very much, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.